This day and time now, it's never too early. You got to shock them. You know what I mean?
Right. And he shocked everybody at the Royal Rumble. He really did. He made a great presence. And I think Gunther's match at WrestleMania is going to wind up with Bron Breakker.
Look, there's another match for WrestleMania that I was personally kind of hoping we might be able to see that I don't believe we will now. I think we have seen the last of Brock Lesnar in WWE. And if that's the case, and we know he's not going to be there for WrestleMania, at least that's the rumor that he will not be.
Well, they just took him off the video game cover, too.
Yeah.
Well, why are we even talking about him?
Well, here's why. I was hoping we were going to get Gunther and Brock Lesnar, but now Gunther really doesn't have a dance partner. So who is that? That's what I'm
saying. We're just wasting our time.
You know who he's got? You know who he's got, in my opinion? And I think it's the one guy who can defeat him, and that would be young Bron Breakker.
Who just came out.
Fire. He's on fire. If you look at it in the sense of sports, here's this young guy, and Gunther is young as well, but he's that rare, you're not that familiar with what he could do on the main roster. And he's got that fire of his dad, Rick Steiner. He's got the fire of Scott Steiner.
And that's what I mean, too. That's what I was getting at, too, Mac. Just what Bill was saying. You know what I mean? We already know Brock is out. Okay, we already know that. That's done. So why not talk about Bron? That's who we need to be talking about. We need to be talking about the guy that's going to come in and step in that spot right there. Just people already know Brock, so let that go. And let's just try to, whoever Bron is going to be, let's try to get these guys noticed.
Is it too early for Bron Breakker right now, you think? Or should they make him go through and win that title at WrestleMania?
But I think now, in this day and time, it's never too early. It's how they want.
I mean, a lot of people now, our fans now, they want immediate gratification most times. They want
That's what I'm
now.
saying. That's what I'm saying, too. This day and time now, it's never too early. You got to shock them. You know what I mean?
Right. He shocked everybody at the Royal Rumble. He really did. He made a great presence. And I think Gunther's match at WrestleMania is going to wind up with Bron Breakker. Could be wrong, but
I want to say one thing about Bron Breakker. I've never seen anybody move like he does in a ring. He is so fast. It's almost like they're speeding him up on TV when you're watching him. He is so quick, so fast. He is a name to watch out for. Another name, too, that I'd like to see Gunther possibly go, if it's not going to be somebody like Bron Breakker, I'd like to see Chad Gable. I've been saying this for a while. I love that story of the underdog coming in and trying to beat the giant, which is
they did that. They had a great match with each other, but it looks like from what we saw recently on a Monday Night Raw that Jey Uso might get the nod as well, because he is so over. The fans adore him. That might happen as well.
I mean, when you see the crowd response with Jey Uso, I'm not so sure that he isn't one of the top pops of the night, to be honest, because he's just that damn good, which makes it hard for me on some of the scenario I had with him teaming back up with his brother, because he's so over right now as a face. I can't imagine they'd want to make that change right now. Not going to happen,
in my opinion. Yeah. I want to bring something up.
Yes, sir.
And we never know when, in the few weeks after we tape this, when it's going to be aired.
Correct.
But Toby Keith, one of the great patriots of the United States, one of the great songwriters, singers, entertainers, died on the 5th of February 2024. I interviewed him several times with the wrestling magazine company. Also did a magazine called Country Beat, and he was such a great credit to everything he did. And he was in the wrestling business at NWA TNA way back when. So I just wanted to send our condolences out to his family and friends. Teddy, did you have the pleasure of meeting him ever, or Mac?
I have. I've interviewed him a couple of times in radio, and always liked talking to him because I loved his voice. I always think, you need to be in radio. And he goes, I am in radio. I'm on the air. But yeah, he was a really nice guy. I hate it because there's a video going around where one of his last interviews, he talks about the whole ordeal that he's gone through. And it's a really good piece if you get a chance.
Jeff Jarrett, one of his best friends. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah. Did you know that Taylor Swift was once Jeff Jarrett's babysitter?
Is that right?
That's correct. I didn't know that until recently, and I was like, I never knew that. But when she was young, she babysat Jeff's kids.
In Tennessee?
In Tennessee.
Well, it couldn't, because she's from Pennsylvania. So now
This is why she was in Tennessee.
Oh, I got you. Oh, right. She moved to Nashville for a while, right?
Yep.
Wow.
Well, I never did meet Toby Keith. I've just always heard of his name. I've heard some of his music, but I never did get a chance to meet him. But since we're on that subject, we also lost another good guy, Carl Weathers, the guy that played in Rocky.
Yeah.
So we lost him also. So let's not forget about him.
Hey, look, I'll tell you something else to look forward to. DDP did a video piece on Ice Train. I think it just dropped in the last day or so. So just look that up, DDP and Ice Train. And it was a really good video as well. So a shout out to DDP for a really good video.
And he was just recently
such a good guy.
He was recently on the Apter chat as well.
Very cool. Guys, anything we need to talk about? Teddy, how about you? Got something coming up?
No, got nothing coming up. Oh, well, yes, I do. I think I'm going next Friday to Providence, Rhode Island to the New England Fan Fest.
Who all is going to be there? Who's going to be there, Teddy?
I don't know.
Teddy Long.
I know I'm going to be there. That's all I can tell you.
Bill, how about you?
Well, I want to plug something. I'm Chillicothe, Ohio, coming up in a few weeks, but I also want to plug the SICW Fan Fest #2, and I'm going to try and pin Teddy down to something here. On Friday night, the late night thing is going to be my one-man show. And usually at my one-man show, part of it, I like to get a wrestling personality for 10 or 15 minutes to do a Q&A with me, and I would love to book you for that spot if you're going to be there that night, Teddy.
Oh, yeah, let's talk about money.
No.
Come about booking me. Yeah, you can book me.
Talk to Herb Simmons. That's it.
Well, I'll talk to him too.
No, that's it. I'm
all right. Well, that's it, because you mentioned SICW. By the way, if you want tickets to that event, that's on May 17th and 18th. On the 17th is Bill's one-man show, and then on Saturdays, the Fan Fest, Hall of Fame, and the wrestling matches, the Bruiser Brody Memorial. It's just a fantastic weekend. This is the second year. This year, so far, over 60 names will be there. So get your tickets now, SICW.org.
Not just their names. They're going to be the actual people will be there too.
Yeah. Not just the names. Yeah. It's always a smart aleck.
You walk in and you get a sheet of paper. What's this? It's Sergeant Slaughter's name.
And by the way, he'll be one of the guests there.
I know.
I'm Mag Davis. That is Bill Apter. He's a pro wrestling legendary journalist. I'm quitting. I haven't been going right since we started. And of course, WWE Hall of Famer Teddy Long. Go ahead, Teddy.
Why don't you just close it out, Mag?
Yeah. We're out of here.
Here's another fine mess. See you at the